Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are back with a beauty haul. I just love hauling makeup, okay? I love hauling makeup, sharing it with my best friends, putting it on my face, which is a little sneak peek while we're looking a bit like a little naked chicken with no eyeshadow on. We're gonna be playing with some juicy stuff. We're gonna play some juicy stuff. I've got a haul from Cosmic Brushes and I am so excited to get my fingies, swatch it all, get it on my face. I just can't wait, just can't wait. We're also not going to talk about the slight colour discrepancy between my face and my chest. She's giving summer, she's giving winter. She's in need of some summer loving all over the bod, to be honest, not just the face. We're not going to talk about it too much. Be a girl, be a dude, be a friend. Don't talk about it. So obviously Cosmic Brushes came out with the Serenity palette and the Muse palette. I'd say probably like 3-4 months within each other last year, and honestly I've just been obsessed with them ever since. They were one of my favourite palettes of the year, and yeah, I just absolutely loved them. They came out with the Serenity palette first. They have a mirror, just so you know, and this was a beautiful palette, really up my street, really like a fairy grunge is what I'd probably like to call this. Has some really lovely deep colours with some really nice pastels. Honestly I loved this palette. And then when they came out with the Muse, oh, honestly, this is just like such, again, another mirror, such a romantic, again, grungy story, and I'm all about it. I love colourful makeup, but I do love leaning into that neutral colour. I love neutral with a pop of colour, especially like a neutral crease and then like a pop of colour in the outer corner or on the lid. That for me is like where my comfort really sits. Like I'll wear that to work and everything. But these palettes, both honestly stunning. I loved them both. I've got a palette bingo with both of these palettes. I'll link that up in the eye, whichever side it is. This side? This side? Can't remember. I'll link it up in the cards. Cosmic Brushes then went on to release quite a few other palettes. I didn't get a chance to pick them up at the time. I just had a lot going on. So I've basically completed my collection. I've fleshed it all out and picked up everything else that I was missing, that I was yearning for. I've still not opened it. Look at that self-restraint, I know. So we have 3 palettes here. I'm gonna go in order of release. Honestly, like if you keep on top of beauty news or you know anything about Cosmic Brushes, you'll know what palettes they've released. And then to be honest with you, this is an entirely irrelevant video. But to me, these are brand new. You just saw me take the bubble wrap off of them. I haven't even checked for any damages, but they've been so tightly wrapped that I thought it was well fine. This is the Delicious Delights, and honestly, it's such a contrast from what is already existing in the Cosmic Brushes palette realm. This is just so, I mean, it did come out in the summer, so it is summery and beautiful. Isn't this just so gorgeous? I love this so much. This is just fun, pastel-y, bright, colourful, and honestly, it's just a total vibe. It's a total vibe. I love colourful eyeshadows. You've got multi-chrome here. You've got really lovely metallics. This is more of a matte heavy palette. You can see that, and I will flash up some swatches in a second. But this to me just looks like such fun. We have got really nice contrast, and that is what I really appreciate in a palette. I love that I can do deeper looks, lighter looks, and then also have contrast between the colours. I don't mind when a palette leans lighter, as long as there's something slightly darker than most of the shadows to kind of build up a bit of depth, or alternatively add a bit of brightness in the inner corner. I just personally quite like that. I find that I know what I'm doing and I can map out looks far better when the palette has a bit more contrast. I really love this palette. You're seeing the swatches as we're talking now, but I just think it's such a beautiful one. It really is. It has lots of pinks, purples, the blues and the greens, and you kind of got a couple of oranges there that are really lending themselves into the greens and the pinks. Yeah, it's just like a really stunning palette. Honestly, it's like a little cotton candy dream. And I think this is going to be like something that I wear quite a lot during spring and summer. They then came out with this cute, oh my god, this palette is so cute. Look at how small it is. This is the Gothic Palette. Now I believe they brought this out around Halloween time. I believe like autumn, Halloween time. Honestly, Cosmic Brushes last year, they were rolling out those releases. They were like, bam, have this, have this, have this. And I'm not complaining. This is a little £12 palette, so in comparison to the £20 palettes, obviously you've got 8 shades less. This is actually a really lovely small size palette. I would really love to see more of these littered throughout the year, maybe 2 big palettes, 2 small palettes, something like that. I think it's really nice to have more of a comprehensive colour story. For me, I love £12 palettes. For me, a £12 palette is like the mini that I like. I think when you start getting less than that, you just reduce the variety. I do have less than £12. I love a £6 as well. But I just think £12 is something that I can travel with. And I really like this. Honestly, this is just such a little It's a Gothic dream. I love it. It's just so purple, it's rich, it's smoky. It's not for the faint-hearted. We have got a few shades that are going to give me like that pop for the inner corner. We have real depth. We have some beautiful multi-chromes or duochromes. I'm not quite sure as I'm looking at them now. Mid-tones, deeper tones. It's just a really comprehensive palette. And again, honestly, I think I might apply this one today. I'm not sure. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I just love purple eyeshadow. I really do. Also, I didn't talk about the packaging on this one, and I know you saw it on like the swatches and everything, but the packaging for this Gothic palette is just so simple, but just so, like, oh, it's just so regal looking. And I do like the Delicious Delights packaging. I think it's fun. But this Gothic palette, I just think it's so nice. And then finally we have the Winter Wonderland palette. This really does remind me of Narnia. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's so icy and like it's stunning. It kind of looks floral, but it's when ice kind of scales over like your car windscreen and makes a really pretty pattern, you know? It's really, really lovely. The packaging itself, I really love. I feel like I'm definitely starting to see an elevation in Cosmic Brush's packaging. Like when I go back to the Serendipity one, it's pretty, but it's a little bit stock. It's a little bit standard. And you know, when we go to the Muse, they were doing like some up close photography. Again, it's really pretty. It's kind of feeling a little bit like this. And then, sorry, I'm like going through them all now. Delicious Delights feels a little bit more bespoke, feels a little bit more cotton candy. You've got like this lovely, like, what's it called? Like holographic writing. Again, the Gothic is starting to feel a bit more artistic. And then we've arrived here with kind of like this nice up close photography style, a little bit like the Muse. But we have this really nice raised writing. It's just, it feels like every palette they release, it's such an elevation, and I really appreciate that. So this is a £20 palette too. There is no crackages, which is what I'd love. And inside is a purple and blue dream. I mean, very blue leaning, kind of, well, yeah, blue and purple. Purple on the top, blue on the bottom. This is beautiful. This came out at Christmas time. It was their Christmas palette or holiday palette, whatever you'd like to call it, their winter palette. And it's just perfect for that. I love it. I wish I got to put this on my eyes more around winter, because right now I'm not feeling blue, but I think it's because it's quite icy themed right now, and I'm just so done with the cold that I'm like, please, please give me some sun. However, I love blue eyeshadow in the summer. I love blue eyeshadow. I love having really warm skin, like a warm lip, and just having really bright blue eyeshadow. So I feel like this is gonna be one of those things where I don't apply it for a couple of months, and then when it hits like May, June, July, I'm gonna be raving in my blue eyeshadow. I love it. This color here, like kind of blended out with this one on the lid, this on the outer corner. Oh, chef's kiss. I absolutely love this. I think this has kind of got the most duochrome sort of thing happening. Again, we're weighting more heavily on the mattes, but the metallics, the duochromes, and the multichromes, and those special shades are really standing out to me, and I cannot wait to get this in my eyes. Oh, it's just so beautiful, isn't it? Oh god damn. I think honestly the one that's screaming out to me today to play with is the Gothic palette. I honestly had no intentions of using any particular one today. I'm kind of also leaning between this one and the Delicious Delights. Like I could go for a pink number here, but I just really want to play with more shades, and I feel like this is the one that I want to play around with today. Like this on the lid. And maybe, oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna play with this one. I'm just gonna zoom you in and then point to the shades that I'm using, speed up, put some little bit of music over the top, and just kind of do a little mini tutorial, but me just pointing to the shades because I don't know what I wanna do yet. I need like a little bit of time to process. Okay, and there we have it. This is my look with the Gothic palette from Cosmic Brushes. Honestly, this is the type of formula, and it's not just the type of formula, but it's the type of, like, all these shadows kind of blend really, really well into one another. So I feel like unless you were just using 1 or 2 shadows, if you're using multiple, they kind of just like blend so nicely into each other. It kind of look like one shadow which has got a lot of depth. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I personally really love that, because when it means I'm playing with a lot of shadows and I can't pick, or I want like a lot of dimension, they kind of all blend really, really well into each other to kind of make it look really effortless, even though it wasn't effortless. Like, it was effortless, but it wasn't like effortless, you know? It's the same good formula that I'm used to from the Serenity and the Muse palette. It's really buildable, really pigmented, really, really lovely. Honestly, like, I love this. I just love this. I wish I was going out right now. I did dance a lot between all the different shadows, so that's why I've got kind of this very general purple. Like, it kind of feels like this is symbolic of the entire palette, but you could definitely get a more pink and raspberry toned look using these 3 and maybe this on the lid, or you could get a very dark vampy purple by using more of these 3 here. And I've kind of used a bit of everything, so I've kind of got this really nice plummy pinky purple look. I love it, and it just makes me more excited to try out the Delights and the Winter Wonderland. I'm really excited, and I'm really happy to have these into my collection. It makes me really highly anticipate what's going to come up for Cosmic Brushes next. Are we going to see like a little mini pan like this, or are we going to see another 20 pan? Honestly, I don't mind. They are all, like, Cosmic Brushes is just such a wonderful brand, and they're so affordable. I think these are £25 a palette, which honestly, for the quality that you're getting, and this was obviously a bit less, I think this was £18, but for the quality that you're getting, I just think it's really, really lovely. And if you want to dip your toe into an indie brand and you're from the UK and struggle with shipping prices and things like that, Cosmic Brushes is a UK brand, so the shipping was minimal. I think it was like £3. Like, honestly, that's the sort of price you pay on Vinted for a second-hand pair of shoes. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is a really great brand. I really highly recommend it, and I can't wait to dip my toe into the Winter Wonderland and the Cosmic Delights. So yeah, this is my video. This is my look that I created, and those are little palettes I hold. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have anything from Cosmic Brushes, or you're looking to buy anything from Cosmic Brushes. Let a girl know. Also, I think there's discount codes flying around. People have them, I personally don't. But make sure you get someone's discount code on there so you can get a 10% off, I think it is. I mean, you might as well. If nothing else, it covers the shipping. That's how I see it. It's like free shipping. But thank you so much for watching once again. I really, really do appreciate it. Thumbs the video up if you have enjoyed. Let me know, do you own anything from Cosmic Brushes, or are going to purchase anything from Cosmic Brushes? If so, what is it? What are you gonna buy? Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you'll be notified of all the videos that I upload. Take care, you guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!